You're at a family gathering, a friend's house, a holiday dinner. Someone reaches out to hold your baby. And your baby, who was perfectly happy 2 minutes ago, suddenly grips your shirt, buries their face in your neck, goes stiff, or starts to cry. Everyone looks at you. They're so shy. They'll grow out of it. They don't like me. And you do what so many parents do. You apologize. You explain. You try to hand the baby over anyway and hope for the best. Sometimes you feel embarrassed, like your baby's behavior reflects something you did wrong. Stop apologizing. What your baby is doing has a name, a developmental timeline, and a very good reason behind it. It is not shyness. It is not manipulation. It is not a sign that you have somehow made your baby too attached. It is one of the healthiest things a developing brain can do. Here's why. 1. What you're actually seeing is called stranger anxiety, and it's a developmental milestone. The technical term is stranger anxiety, and it typically appears somewhere between 6 and 9 months, though the seeds of it start earlier and the experience of it varies widely from child to child. Before this stage, very young babies are remarkably undiscriminating about who holds them. They don't yet have the cognitive ability to sort people into safe and unknown. Everyone more or less registers as similar. Then something shifts. The brain has developed enough to do something remarkable. It builds a detailed internal map of familiar faces. Your face, the other primary caregivers, the regulars. Once that map is established, encountering someone who isn't on it triggers a very reasonable response. Caution. The baby isn't being dramatic. The baby's brain is functioning exactly as it should. Stranger anxiety doesn't mean your baby is broken. It means their memory, their attachment system, and their threat detection are all working. 2. Clinging is not a sign of too much attachment. It's a sign of secure attachment. There's a widespread but deeply confused belief that if a baby clings too much to their primary caregiver, it means they're being spoiled, over-attached, or made dependent in an unhealthy way. Research on attachment says the opposite. A baby who clearly prefers their primary caregiver, who uses that person as a safe base to return to when things feel uncertain, and who protests when that person is replaced with someone unfamiliar. That baby is demonstrating secure attachment. Secure attachment is the goal. It's the foundation for confidence, emotional regulation, and the ability to eventually form healthy relationships with other people. The clinging isn't the problem. The clinging is the proof that the relationship is real. Babies who don't show any preference, who go easily to anyone without protest, who never seem to particularly need their caregivers, those are often the babies whose attachment patterns warrant more attention, not less. So, when your baby buries their face in your neck and won't go to the relative who flew in from 3 states away to meet them, they're not being antisocial. They're telling you, you are the person I know. You are safe. I'm not ready to leave that yet. 3. What's happening in your baby's brain during that moment of clinging? When your baby sees an unfamiliar face and starts to grip you tighter, a sequence of things is happening in their brain very quickly. The face registers. The recognition system checks. Is this on the map? Is this a known face? A familiar smell? A familiar voice pattern? It's not. The amygdala, the part of the brain involved in threat detection, gets a signal. Unknown, unfamiliar, uncertain. That signal doesn't mean this person is dangerous. It means I don't have enough information about this person yet. And in a creature who cannot speak, cannot assess intent, cannot read social context, unknown and potentially threatening are treated the same way. The safest response? Go toward the known. Grip the familiar. Use the safe person as a buffer while the brain collects more data. That's not panic. That's smart risk management from a very young brain with very limited tools. 4. The way adults typically respond often makes it worse, and what to do instead. The instinct when a baby clings is to gently pry them off and hand them over anyway. To encourage them to be brave, to have the relative lean in and try harder to get the baby to warm up. This usually backfires. When a baby who is in a state of mild threat detection has the safe person forcibly replaced by the unfamiliar person, the message to the baby's nervous system is, your signal wasn't heard. Your fear doesn't protect you. Clinging to your safe person doesn't actually keep you safe. Over time, that dynamic doesn't create confident social babies. It creates babies who feel their fear is ignored. What actually works is slower and less performative, but far more effective. Let the baby stay with you. Let the unfamiliar person move into the baby's field of awareness slowly, without forcing contact. Let them speak softly without leaning in too fast. Let the baby observe from the safe distance of your arms. When the baby's nervous system has had time to collect data, this voice has a pattern. This face is calm. This person does not try to grab me. They will often, on their own, start to show curiosity. A look, a leaning toward, an outstretched hand. That movement toward the unfamiliar person, when it comes from the baby, is genuine. It's the brain concluding. Enough information gathered. Threat assessment, low. I can explore. That process can't be rushed. It can only be respected. 5. Why some babies cling more than others. There's a wide spectrum here, and it's important not to compare. Temperament plays a large role. Some babies are born with nervous systems that are more sensitive to novelty and more reactive to the unfamiliar. They will need more time, more predictability, and more gradual introductions. That's not a flaw, it's a trait. The number of regular caregivers also matters. A baby who is cared for primarily by 1 or 2 people will have a narrower, known map and may be more cautious with a wider range of people. A baby who regularly encounters several caregivers in a daycare or family setting may have a broader map and show less stranger anxiety in some contexts, though that doesn't make their attachment less real. Past experiences matter too. A baby who has been unexpectedly separated from their caregiver or who has been handled by many unfamiliar people in overwhelming situations may show stronger or more prolonged stranger anxiety. None of these factors make your baby wrong. They make them who they are. Stranger anxiety in most babies peaks somewhere between 8 and 12 months and then gradually softens as cognitive and social development continue. As your baby gets older, they develop what's called object permanence, the understanding that things and people continue to exist even when out of sight. With that comes a growing ability to hold the idea of you in their mind even when you're not right there. That internal image of you becomes a portable security object. Over time, they also accumulate more social experience, more unfamiliar faces that turned out to be fine, more situations that felt uncertain and then resolved. That track record builds tolerance. What helps during this period? Routine introductions. Bring new people into your baby's world slowly and at home first, when they're rested and fed, not when they're already on the edge. Stay in sight. When possible, let new people interact with your baby while you're still clearly present. Don't disappear right after handing them over. Let your visibility be the bridge. Your baby can't understand your words fully yet, but tone and rhythm matter. This is Grandma. She's someone we love. You're safe. You're not convincing them with logic. You're lending them your calm assessment. Never mock or shame. "Oh, you big baby," or "Don't be so silly," teaches them that their fear is an embarrassment. It doesn't help. It only adds a layer of shame on top of the original discomfort. 7. What your baby's clinging is really saying to you. At the center of all of this is a message. When your baby grips your shirt and turns their face away from the room full of people, when they make themselves small against your chest and go quiet, when they reach for you the moment someone else picks them up, they are telling you something very specific. You are the one who made me feel safe enough to know what safety feels like. Because only a baby who has experienced consistent safety can recognize its absence. Only a baby who knows what familiar and trusted feels like can detect unfamiliar and uncertain. So instead of apologizing for your baby's attachment, you can quietly know this. They cling to you because you did something right. You made yourself worth clinging to. That's not a problem to fix, that's the whole point. Subscribe if you want to keep understanding the hidden logic behind your baby's behavior, because almost nothing they do is random, and all of it makes sense once you know what to look for.